Honey, Wache Tanse. Hi, Janet here. I just wanted to let you know that it's a good day and Dibikis the Snoke Mist is out and sang some songs and offered some sema and beautiful. It's so mild out and this is a time of retrograde and its resurgence. That's Grandmother Moon takes care of all of our energies and what we do in this time is so important. You're not crazy. Some going through, I know I went through menopause and the struggle's real, right? And knowing that you're not alone in it. Women all over the world go through it and we've been going through it for centuries, but it's different. It's totally different right at this time because of there's so many changes, right, in the system, and people are finding it hard, and the inequalities and the structural systems. And we're aligned with that, right, with those energies. And it's really important to not get sucked into the vortex. And, what I write about the structuralism because that's what I got trained in. I got my education for. So I understand the systems and how it was created, and it was based on a bunch of lies, basically, and a handful of people had money and invested in it and just thought of themselves. They didn't really care about, and they still don't. But anyways, that's not important. What's important is you and how you react to your feelings and emotions and how you take care of yourself, because self-care is so prevalent at this time, especially with the way the moon is and how Mother Earth, she gives us everything we need. So with that being said, I was able to I picked this, and it's cedar and gijikini na mishkiki and gijikano and that's our medicine, and this is a female medicine, and that's very sacred to women. And I was taught by my dad really at a young age that we have to. These are living plants. Everything on the Mother Earth lives and breathes and has a spirit. So if we talk to the medicine, it talks to us and helps us and nurtures us. And I truly believe that because that's our medicine. And I have faithfully cedar baths all the time because it helps me with my mental state. When I first started on my healing journey, I had to really, I took medications, and I still don't like them, because they would make me feel sluggish. I tried pot, I tried weed. I don't like any of that because it makes me feel really sluggish and really, I don't know, it doesn't work well with my brain. So I really prayed to these medicines and to the medicines that are already there naturally. Even marijuana is, but I just didn't like how I got too high because I'm just a high person, and my energy and my psyche and my attitude, I'm just naturally happy for the most part. But when I do get down, like when there's different techniques and there's different medicines that I use. Another one is it's like sing with the drum, right? Singing, that helps me. The drum beat. And a lot of creativity happens in our psyches, in our minds, in our bodies, in our spirits. And sometimes when we really struggle for ourselves, and because we just want to be heard, right? And partly with being heard is expressing your name in the four directions. And nin e nigani ogawin kibinishi. And chimigwache wabanong jawanong pingashmukagwe wanong indo ishpiminganong indo. that just acknowledges who I am and the stars, right? And who I am. And it acknowledges my place here in this world, in this life. And part of the cultural based teachings are based on these, right? And we don't have to look very far, very creative, very natural, and very blessed with the natural elements, because a lot of things don't cost a lot of money, but we kind of, I guess we live in the means, within our means. And I look around me, and I will never be better than anybody, my own people, my own family, my own community. I just like to do things my own way, in my own sacred space, right? Because that's what we do. We acknowledge our sacred space when we voice our name to the grandmothers and the grandfathers. And I did that tonight when I went out, and I prayed to the grandmother, and I prayed for all the women that are struggling, that might be hurting, and they have it rough, because a lot of women do it on their own, and you're not alone, And grounding work also, when you actually take your shoes and socks off and you go out on the land, and grounding yourself is another beautiful way of that resurgence, revitalization from Mother Earth's energy comes from the earth. And that's how we ground ourselves, right? And also, sewing gives me a great, great time. And it gives me a lot of peace of mind, right? And also, like, praying with what we have, right? Praying with our simplistic gifts that we were born with. And the biggest thing is water, right? When we pray with this, and we talk to the water, and we let the water know who we are. When we talk to the water, we let the water know who we are. It heals us. Or when we pray with the water, it actually heals our minds, our bodies, and our spirits, and our hearts. And it gives us clairvoyance, and it gives us more of a clear thought process. And the only way that I found myself through all of this was through times with Mother Earth, and disciplining myself to sit on the land, because really we're all kind of wired for trust and loving each other, but sometimes it's hard to express that, especially if we come from different places that didn't allow us to do that. And it's hard, right? It's really hard to if you go to meet somebody, and you just, you're happy and you go lucky, and then you meet, and then you greet them, and they're all like looking like that, and they're really unhappy. And if you're not happy in yourself, you can react to that, and you could, like, make it worse, make that situation more darker, I guess. And I know I'm pretty vocal when it comes to, like, things that I know that I need to step up to, and I voice what I need to for the intended purposes of justice for people. And it was brought to my attention, if I want change, I have to get out there and do it. And I bring things to my community, and I get up, but I have to get involved. If I want change in housing, education, truth and reconciliation, restorative justice, then I have to be active. And that's true, because I think that input really matters. And the elders, I remember not long ago that they were so active in different committees that was to create change, and we, the people, are the ones with the power to create the change. But if we don't, we gotta get up and do it, and not just complain about it, but we have to get up and attend the communities and to be able to embrace that change, because it's really up to the people, right? Just know that you're not alone, and in this time of struggle, it's Grandmother Moon, and she's, excuse me, she's beautiful. She's big, bad, and beautiful. And it's like going through, even for myself, like going through menopause, and that wasn't an easy process for me, because a woman knows her body, a woman knows herself, and a woman knows her psyche, and when it's time to stay in, time to go out. And I think it's just being able to be okay with being with yourself and be okay with being alone. We put so many stigmas in society that, oh, you have to have a man, you have to have 2 kids, 2 cars, a white picket fence, a dog and a cat, and I think that's just so conditioned, right? And to be constantly moving, where you're the more money you make, the more money you earn, and the more money you earn or the more money you make, the more you spend on needlessly stuff, right? And I was always told that one person can make a difference, and I'm living proof of that. And I like to get up, I live to help people, and if I have something, I share it. I don't keep it for myself, right? And that's what I'm doing right now. I want to share with you, if you believe in the medicines, if you believe in yourself that you can heal, then you can. And sometimes when we really do the work necessary, and we really pray, that the Creator puts those people, places, things, and situations and presents us with that challenge to change, with that motivation, with that self-esteem, with that energy, and that good energy. Because we try so hard and we keep, fighting that same battle. And sometimes it's better just to let go and let Creator handle those bigger things that we struggle with, and where really I have no power in it. I could, tell my kids till I'm blue in the face, but really it's up to them. They have their own path. They're adults. I can't do it for them, just like my parents can't do it for me, right? But being family simply means, and it doesn't mean it's perfect. My family's not perfect. But, when you hold something so sacred in yourself, then you'll hold it in your family. And that's not even a given. That's not even questionable. That's not even up for negotiation. Because if shit ever hit the fan, I think we'd all have each other's backs. That's just the way it goes, right? And, to sit here and bash other people, it's just not in the nature of, that's not a true Anishinaabe people. And it's not becoming of that pain. I've turned pain into power, and I asked questions when I sat on Mother Earth, and she reveals to me things that I need to know for my personal survival and my personal space. Because if I put it out there, if I manifest good health, right, then it's abundant, right? It always comes back. It's what I put out there. It's what I get back, right? And I truly want to give back to life what life gave to me. And that is good health. Because if you have good health, you have everything. And I don't mean just good health physically. I mean good health mentally, good health emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And that's just not given to you. Not at all. You have to work for that. If you want to earn that respect in yourself, you got to get up and do the work. It's not going to be given to you. I used to cry around and, be drunk all the time and be scared. And you know what? Nobody felt sorry for that. Yeah, I went through a hard life. I've been through a hard go. But I had to get up, right? Because I have people watching me, my little ones. And today, all my kids, they're out there doing stuff, writing grants, getting people moving, migrating. That's what we're here to do. Leaders only raise leaders. And I think I have something to do with that when it comes to my babies, right? Their mama ain't no slouch. I get up, I do the work, I do what I have to do, to take care of myself. I'm beautiful, and so are you, right? You're beautiful. Don't ever forget that. Your emotional health and well-being, your mental health and well-being, your spiritual health and well-being, and your physical health and well-being is up to you. Nobody else can make us happy, right? That's a personal job. And sometimes in question, like our children, I was told by an elder a long time ago, our children are growing pains. And I tell you, it's been a challenge. But my children are not children anymore. They're adults. So if you have children and they're still impressionable, be grateful. And, we teach our children two major things in this life: their roots and wings, so that they can fly. The rest really doesn't matter. So I hope that helps, and don't forget Grandmother Moon, because she's watching you, she's caring for you, and she loves you. So Bama Piman Wakaho.